Stay Tuned Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of a drunken degenerate watching the National Football League.
Everybody to Stay Tuned Sports on this beautiful full Sunday afternoon as we're getting ready to watch the New York Football Giants take on the Philadelphia Eagles in their full-on throwbacks. They look great. Fuck the Eagles, but they look great. I'll say that right off the bat there. Irish Panic in the chat. He says, let's go Texans. He says, haha, loves the poll question as well, in which every game that we do on here, I put a poll question and usually word it in a weird way. And I said, which piss-smelling city gets the W today? Will it be the New York Giants of Essex County, or will it be the always birdie in Philadelphia? And it seems like that right now, the birds are winning that particular poll 100% to nothing. There's only 2 votes in there right now, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe my Giants got a shot. I hope. We got to do something to make me feel better after last week, which didn't happen. I don't know what happened last week. Everybody keeps on talking about, hey, did you see what happened to the Giants last week? I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea. No, this is what happens when you call. It's taking a shower. I took a shower, and so my hair is no longer a giant grease ball and matted down to my head. By the way, the Eagles, they are getting the ball first here, so we have the possession arrow there. We're getting ready to kick off here. And away we go! The New York Giants have kicked off to the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's going to be into the end zone for a touchback. Irish Panic in the chat, he says he's got the Eagles defense and old Saquon Barkley going off in this game. I hope not. I certainly hope not, Irish Panic, but we'll see. We'll see how the Giants react. You know, we're going to find out how much last week. Oh, we got a flag already? Jesus. Tell us, Brad. Oh, Brad Rogers. What do we got? Illegal formation on the Eagles. Man was not on the line. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sorry, Eagles. You're already starting off with a flag. Look at that. First play of the game, flag. You deserve it. You deserve it, you bastards. You bastards. Lloyd in the chat says, let's go Eagles. It's going to be that kind of stream, huh? It's going to be that kind of stream. It's going to be a stream where it's me versus the chat. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm set. I'm ready. I'm ready to go with my weed whacker hair here. Looking like fucking Dr. Steve Turley here. Eagles uniforms do look nice, though. They're going to look very good, hopefully, if they lose in them. I'll tell you that. The Eagles need to go, like a lot of these teams, like the Seahawks, I wouldn't mind the Seahawks going back, like keeping the logo like they have, the new modern logo, but put it onto a throwback uniform, silver helmet, royal blue. Like the Eagles, I'd like to see them do the same thing. Kind of modernize this, but get that Kelly green and silver back. They really need to do that. 1st and 10, Hurts in shotgun. He gets pressure, rolls out to his left, throws, incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, falls incomplete, 2nd and 10. Giants defense, good pressure there on 1st down. Lloyd in the chat says we're missing Hamster, we're missing ELS, we're missing Crafty, we're missing a couple of them. We're missing a couple of people, but that's okay. That's okay. That's why we always ask everybody to like, share, and when you subscribe, hit that notification bell, let you know whenever we go live. Maybe they'll be in here. They'll be in here at some point, maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. So 2nd and 10 is going to hand off here to Barkley, and Barkley's going to go, and he's gone! 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia Eagles. Going to be that kind of game, huh? It's going to be that kind of game. Son of a bitch. Giants got fucking smoked on it. Can we just fire Shane Bowen, please? That could be the positive, too. If we lose and we fire Shane Bowen, then it's kind of a win. Then it's kind of a, you gotta work it out. You gotta work it out together there. Son of a bitch! Irish, you have. I'm guessing you have Barkley in the fantasy league. Son of a bitch. So Irish is happy in there. Irish also saying the Seahawks are one of those teams where both their throwbacks and their new uniforms are great. The new uniforms have grown on me. Like, I don't mind them near as much, especially when they wear the gray pants and the blue tops. I think it looks fine. But yeah, nothing beats those classics. Those look real good. Lloyd says, "Let's go." Oh God. Not how I wanted to see this start. Boy, this is it's going to be that kind of game for us Giants fans, isn't it? Might have to hang out with Edward here a little bit earlier than I wanted to. Oh, you're in the money league. That's it. I've never done fantasy football money leagues. I just, number one, I'm poor, so I don't have anybody to put into a money league. So, same reason I don't gamble. I don't gamble. Not for any moral reason. I just don't have the money to gamble. Bijan's not bad to have either. So now the Eagles have kicked it off back to the New York Football Giants. And let's see how the Giants and Jaxson Dart respond here. Returned out to the 30-yard line before my man is choke slammed. No flag on the choke slam there for Oshevsky. So here comes Jaxson Dart and the Giants. Can they recover from what happened last week in Denver? Can they recover from seeing Saquon just slice right through our defense? Let's watch. By the way, thank you so much for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports. My name is King. We're watching the Giants and Eagles. If you'd like to help us out, you can go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously. Also, we have a link for our donation station and merch store in the top of the chat and in the description below this video. Jaxson Dart takes the snap on first down, hands it to Skattebo. And Skattebo's going to get about 5 yards on the carry. Going to be 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 upcoming, depending on the spot. I would say 2nd and 6. You got about 4 yards. Giants going a little bit up-tempo here. 2nd and 6 from the 35. Dart doing a hard count. Under center. Takes the snap. It's going to be another handoff. We have a flag down. What are you going to call? Illegal formation? Illegal shift? What? We didn't have anybody move. Offside. He did the encroachment symbol and then said offsides Giants, which is not weird, but okay. We're going to have this kind of official today. So now it's 2nd and 11. Back at the 30. Jaxson Dart gets pressured, and he gains a yard. So not a sack, but he gains a yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. Long way to go here for the Giants. Not looking great here. Dude, I loved when we got Skattebo, Irish. He was, I lost my mind. I was on I told the story 10 million times. But my dad had called me on that what I think was Saturday morning when round 4 was going on. Or Saturday afternoon. It just turned to noon. and it had just started, and I was sitting here watching it on my computer, and I was talking with him on the phone, and I saw it came up and popped up that the Giants picked Skattebo, and I lost my mind because I was like, I loved watching him at Arizona State. I was like, oh man, that's fantastic. A pass behind the line of scrimmage, and no, like, what the. Fire Brian Dable, fire the entire coaching staff, fire Shane Bowen before the end of the half. Let's get rid of these assholes, get them off my fucking team. Give us Giants fans something in which we can believe. Oh, God, I hate this goddamn team. It makes me want to scream every Sunday watching them fuck it up. Oh, the punt is away now. The Eagles fair catch and then say ow because they're bitches. Shit. That's how we are. That's how we're starting already. Ladies and gentlemen. The Eagles 7, Giants nothing. Giants go 3 and out in their first drive. The Eagles have 2 plays, an incomplete pass, and then Saquon ran for 60,000 million yards against the New York Football Giants. Some updates around the league here as we look around here. The Dolphins and Falcons still at no score. Drake London not playing. Of course, Michael Penix not playing as well. Kirk Cousins starting that game, so maybe that's the reason why they also haven't traded him yet. Jets and Bengals. Bengals lead 3-0 currently in that game. Same for the Patriots over the Browns. 3-0 up in Foxborough. Bills and Panthers, no score. And the Bears and Ravens have no score. And the 49ers Texans have no score. But I have to correct that because the Bears have just gone up 3-0 on the Baltimore Ravens at the bank. M&T Bank Stadium, which, by the way, Pepper Jack worked at M&T Bank for a while. And let me tell you, don't bank there. Just don't bank there. It's not a great company. Irish, he reminds you of Rodney Hampton. Well, Rodney was bigger. I'll say Skattebo reminds me of Allstott, like more of a fullback kind of running back. I like Rodney. Rodney, to me, the comparison with Rodney was always Brandon Jacobs. I thought Brandon Jacobs and Rodney Hampton were very similar in who they were in their running style. I think Brandon Jacobs was a lot bigger than Rodney too. Like Brandon Jacobs was a linebacker playing running back. Like Brandon Jacobs was a big boy. He could never get low, but that's because he was just so big. It was amazing with Brandon Jacobs too. When he got into the second level, like if he started running downhill, you didn't want to get in front of him. And I don't know if you could stop him if you wanted to. Like Brandon Jacobs was something. If you had to stop him at the line of scrimmage, and a lot of teams did, you were able to do it. He didn't get a lot of that, but boy, you get to the second level with Brandon Jacobs, good fucking luck trying to get him down. Irish, they were absolute bulldozers, absolutely. And you look at those kind of guys, and it's like I'm happy to see that kind of football kind of coming back. And you're seeing it. Just some of the fullback position is starting to come back a little bit with some of these teams. They're starting to use some fullbacks, and Skattebo, if not officially a fullback, has the mentality of that old school fullback. He really does. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25 now for the Eagles. Hand to Barkley, and he's going to break it for a good 5-yard gain. Don't like that. Yeah, the Giants got a problem. The Giants have a problem with the secondary. Oh, we have a problem everywhere on this defense. And he looks good. I love him, Irish. Irish Panic in the chat saying Skattebo is such a Giants running back. He was born to play for you guys. He's a northeast runner. He really is. Going to be handoff here. That's Bigsby with the carry, and that's going to be a first down after a gain of about 15 yards, 17 yards. 17-yard gain there For Bigsby. Not even. Jesus Christ. This is going to be this kind of game. It's going to be this kind of game. Hey, everybody, you want to see somebody just lose their mind, have a complete mental breakdown watching a football team? Thank you for tuning in to Stay Tuned Sports. You're about to watch it. I'm about to whiskey up this coffee here. I'm about to Irish up this coffee. Eagles have 88 rushing yards already. The Giants have 5. Just to let you know, the Eagles are just killing us. And if you're the Eagles, why would you stop running the ball? They do. They pass over the middle. It's going to be caught. That is Devontae Smith, but there's a flag on the play. Holding on the Eagles. So that takes that pass play and says, fuck you. Doesn't exist. Never happened. Oh, yeah, no. You can't choke somebody. He choked and tackled Abdul Carter. How dare you, sir? Lane Johnson, how dare you? So 1st and 20 now. Irish Panic in the chat says, I'm at work, so I'm just having regular coffee for now. Yeah, that's what I mean. Again, you're not watching your favorite team just absolutely shit the bed right now against their most hated rival. So hand off to Saquon, and Saquon's going to get a gain of about 7 or 8 yards on that particular carry. So it goes from 1st and 20 to 2nd and manageable here. Very good. 2nd and 12, 8-yard gain. Jesus Christ. Lloyd in the chat. Hamster's still out. Like I said, ELS is not here yet. We're missing some of the usual suspects here. Pass out of the backfield to Barkley. Barkley's going to get it to the 50. He's got a blocker, and he's going to get a first down. In 2 plays, they went from 1st and 20 to a first down. They gained 8 yards and then 13 yards. Good to see the Giants defense showed up. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Shane Bowen. You guys doing a great job. Wonderful. This is wonderful. I'm enjoying this so much. Look at me. Just already balding and ripping the rest of my bald hair out because I can't stand this fucking team. So now from the Giants' 42-yard line, Hurts hands off to Bigsby, and Bigsby's going to get pushed back. The Giants finally stop an Eagles rushing play. Holy shit. Break out the fireworks. Break out the parade. The Giants have gotten a no gain on a rushing play against the Eagles. They've stopped the Eagles to no gain on a rush. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Christmas miracle. I said I watched my favorite team shit the bed in primetime last week. I watched my favorite team shit the bed in the late afternoon game. So, look at that. Same, but different. But still same. Hurts back on 2nd and 10. Looking, getting pressured. He escapes the pressure. Gets down to the 40. Gets to the 35. Just short of the 35. It's going to be 3rd and about 4 coming up here for the Eagles, in which they'll easily convert against this New York Giants defense. Tom Brady talking about squirting for some reason. I don't know why. It's very inappropriate with children watching here, Tom. How dare you? How dare you, Tom? Thank you for the celebration, Irish. So 3rd and 3. Hurts scrambling. He is going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but no further. It's going to be 4th and 3. I would imagine they go, knowing Sirianni, I would imagine they go for it. And indeed they are, because they'll get it. What is the Giants defense going to do? They're going to shit the bed. Watch this. Watch this. Eagles on fourth down are 6 for 6 this season, mostly because of tush pushes. But this is 3 yards. Dexter Lawrence looks like he went off sides. Was he drawn off sides? Yeah. Number 56 on the Eagles moved. Throw him off sides. Oh, you trying to be sneaky little cheaters like you always are. Fucking Eagles. Fucking Eagles. Gabagool. So now here comes Jake Elliott prancing onto the field. Looking to make this a 10-0 game for the Eagles. It's going to be a 58-yard field goal attempt here for Jake. Right from the asshole of the Eagle at midfield. Here's a snap. There's the hold. The kick is up, and it is drifting. And that is off. That is daunting, and it is no good. No good, and the Giants have held. And now we got a little talking, a little trash talking. Why is he screaming? What are you screaming for? Well, we should get another chance because we missed it. We're the Eagles, right, guys? You got to give us another chance. Fuck Sirianni. Piece of shit. Yeah, peace. I'm sorry. I was going to curse less. I said I was going to curse less on this streams. I said I was going to curse less. I have not done well with that. I'm trying. I've made it. I have a conscious effort to stop, to try to not curse as much. But it's the Eagles. It's the Eagles, man. And just like the dude said so eloquently in The Big Lebowski, I hate the fucking Eagles, man. This aggression will not stand, man. Lloyd's trying to guess Irish favorite team. He's like, so the Cardinals? I don't know. I like the Desert Birds. It's a shame they are where they are. Right now, little update here. A little around the league, if you will. Out-of-town scoreboard. Dolphins and Falcons currently still with no score. Dolphins have the ball at the Atlanta 7, no first and goal. Bengals 10-0 up on the Jets. Jets. We kind of figured that. Rest in peace, Nick Mangold, by the way. We had that little tribute to him in the beginning of this show. And I was a big Nick Mangold fan back in the late 2000s, early 2010s when he was with the Jets. And that one hurts. Seeing with having the kidney disease as somebody with diabetes and bad kidneys, I it's one of those sobering things. It's one of those things that I hate. I don't want to get too much into it. It's just it sucks. It sucks to see what happened with Nick Mangold, and we know he was asking and pleading for a kidney transplant, a donor, somebody, just a couple of weeks ago on social media, and then to see that today was yeah, I think that the Texans only have 2 wins. Yeah, the Texans only have 2 wins, I think. So it could be the Texans still. So yeah, Bengals are beating the Jets 10-0. Browns on top of the Patriots 7-3. Woo. Woo. Something going on there. Something going on in Foxborough. What do we got there? The Bills up 3-0 on the Panthers, Bears up 3-0 on the Ravens still, and Texans 3-0 up on the Niners. Jaxson Dart here on first down. Giants do have the ball back after that, by the way. Dart Oh, he bounces off. He's going to get back close to the line of scrimmage. Don't know if that is technically a sack. I guess technically. All right.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
Guess it's technically a sack. It'll be 2nd and 11 coming up here. Irish says, "Oh, it's okay. Everybody forgets about the Texans." I don't. I just remember. I'm not sold on the Texans as I go into the season. Jimbo, our co-host, who's kind of on a sabbatical right now, he had called the Texans to win the AFC. He said the Texans were going to be 15-2 and top seed and bye and home field advantage, all that stuff, but. The Texans got to start putting it together. Like, it's last season, they did not have a great year, but they still won a division because the South was weak. This year, they're not playing well, and now it's showing. And they're going to have, D'Amico Ryans is going to have to put something together there. 3rd and 7 coming up here for the Giants from midfield. Dart in shotgun, takes the snap. He gets flushed, runs out to the right. He's going to pull it down and run it himself, and he slides for the first down and gets it. First down, Giants. No, the Browns. No, I mean, you could say everybody talks about the technically and shit like that, but listen, by all metrics, the Browns were founded in what, 1946 officially, and that's what they go with. So, that was what Modell had to do. You had to give up everything. You had to give up the Browns to move to Baltimore because he just had to move to Baltimore so badly. So, I know some people say like, "Oh, that's stupid. They should just have the Browns records." Fuck off. They should still be the Browns. That's Modell's fault. So, he's the reason that all got fucked up. But I agree, the Browns record should stay in Cleveland. So. That's me. 2nd and 5 after a 5-yard gain from Skattebo. Giants currently now at the Eagles' 37-yard line. Dart and shotgun, takes the snap. Steps back, looks, throws over the middle. That's going to be caught and going away there. Look at that. Darius Slayton with the catch and yak there. I was going to say catch and carry, but. Caught it right at the first down marker, and then got it down to around, the 16, 15-yard line? So the Giants now moving here. They got them at the 18-yard line. So in the red zone right now are the New York Football Giants. Dart in shotgun. Takes the step back. He looks. He throws. Caught by Skattebo! Touchdown! Giants! Skattebo! And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're an extra point away from having a tied football game. So the Giants' offense has showed up. There we go. Love seeing it. Love to see it. Snap, hold, kick is up, and hey, an extra point is good for the Giants. So we have a tied game. New York Giants 7, Philadelphia Eagles 7 at the Lincoln, Philadelphia. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. My name is King. This is Stay Tuned Sports. We're watching along here with the New York Football Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. If you like anything that you watch here, and why would you really? It's not really that great. But if you do, hit that like button, hit that share button, share it around with your friends, family, close relations, even some. Share it with your boss. Maybe he'll like us. Who knows? You can do all that. And, of course, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. And that notification bell helps us out tremendously. Get us to the goal of getting 1,000 subscribers so we can be monetized and I can make some money and then get demonetized because I curse and yell all the time on here because I hate the Eagles. It's the only reason, honestly, to be monetized is to be demonetized at this point, is what it feels like. By the way, also, if you want to help us out in a little bit more direct fashion, we have a link for our donation station and our merch store up in the top of the chat. which is open. Come in, say hi, say hello, say how you doing. We got Irish in there. We got Lloyd in there. Still waiting on some of the other regulars to come in, but you can become a regular. Come on in, join the community. Say hi, say hello, say how you doing. But yes, we have our donation station link and our merch store link in the top of the chat and in the description below this video. Irish in the chat saying he had picked his Texans, his favorite team, to finish third. Where did you have the Colts finishing? That's my question, because everybody thought, nobody gave the Colts a shot in hell going into this season. And then especially when they said, oh, they're starting Daniel Jones? They're starting Daniel Jones? Oh, my God, they're going to be the worst team in the league. They're going to be worse than the New Orleans Saints. They're going to be worse than the Carolina Panthers. Oh, the Colts. They're going to be so bad there with Daniel Jones starting with them. Oh, my God, no. That narrative kind of shifted a little bit. That narrative's changed. By the way, I was just saying this is the Texans' record after every back-to-back division titles that they won. In 2013, after having won back-to-back division titles, they were 2-14. In 2017, after having won back-to-back division titles, they were 4-12. And in 2020, after having won 2 straight division titles, they were 4-12. You had them finishing second in the division, but not making the playoffs. Saying they were okay. I get that. I think I had something similar. I think I had the Texans winning the division, but with a losing record. I think I had the Texans winning at like 8-9. They were either 9-8 or 8-9 because I didn't think the Texans were I thought the Texans were on shaky ground, and I think I had the Colts second, but they had them bad because I thought the entire AFC South was going to be bad. Turns out, not quite the case. So the Giants kick off here to the Eagles. They're going to return it to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, down to the 48-yard line. And that was just a shoestring tackle away from the kicker from being a house call for the Eagles. I don't know what's wrong with the Giants and coverage and run defense or anything, but not great. I got to tell you, not great. Bears up 6-0 on the Ravens right now, by the way. Russell Wilson on the sidelines dapping up people because that's all he can do. So, 1st and 10. Hand off to Barkley, and he's going to stumble for about 6 yards. No, he didn't. That was somebody else behind him. Sorry. I missaw that. So that's good for about 4 or 5. It's still good gain. Still a very good gain there for Saquon Barkley. Irish has his top playoff teams that he had. He had the Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Jags, Broncos, Steelers, and Patriots in the AFC. Really, the Jaguars? I had not picked. I thought the Jaguars were going to be a lot worse. Now, again, they're better than what I thought they were, but they're still not any great shakes. So here we go. 2nd and 6. It was only a 4-yard gain for Barkley, but they're at the Giants' 49. Little bit of an end around here for the Eagles, and that's going to be stopped after a 3-yard gain. So 3rd and 3. Phillips on the tackle there for the Giants. Lloyd is messaging the other people that are usually in the chat to say, doing a wellness check on everybody. Everybody okay? Everybody all right? We're supposed to be in here making fun of King during this whole thing. Is everybody all right? We need everybody in here to start making fun of me and making me feel bad. Or is Hamster still mad at me because I actually went back at him one time and he got mad, Mr. Troll himself. So that's fine. I can live with that. So here we go. 3rd and 4 is actually the call here. Thrown over the middle. That's going to be caught and short, though. Barkley only gets back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 4th and 4 for the Eagles from around midfield. And the offense is staying out on the field. Again, can the Giants get a 4th down stop? So he got back to the line of scrimmage, and now they call it 4th and 3, even though it was just 4th and 4. So I have no idea what's going on. But it is 4th and 3. Hurts, back, looks, he's pressured, he's going to pull it down and run it himself, and gets the first down. Son of a bitch. Pecan in the chat says, okay, the Giants suck. Thank you, Pecan. I was waiting for somebody to come in here and the regulars to start really messing with me. It's great to have you back in here. And by the way, Pecan, as a New Orleans Saints fan, you can say that because you kicked our ass a couple weeks ago. So you have carte blanche, my friend. Plus, you've also donated $110 to the cause here. So, again, carte blanche. Which, by the way, if you do want to get your name in a ticker like Pecan has, you have to donate more than $110 because that's what Pecan has donated to your boys here at Stay Tuned Sports. Your boys. It's really only me at this point. Oh, we got a flag down. Hold on. We've got a flag down. What's this now? There's 2 seconds left in the first quarter. False start on the Eagles. Dickerson. Oh, Lance Dickerson there. Dickerson to Kickerson. And that's going to make it. Was that 5? It's going to make it 5 flags. And that's going to end the first quarter. The New York Giants 7, the Philadelphia Eagles 7. But the Eagles are driving inside Giants territory right now as we speak. Texans have put 3 more points up against the 49ers. Now they are up 6-0. As we mentioned before, the Bears still up 6-0 on the Ravens there at M&T Bank Stadium. Bills up only 3-0 on the Panthers still as they're entering the second quarter down there at the other bank, Bank of America Stadium. We have the Browns over the Patriots 7-3. Currently, Patriots do have the ball on their own 37. They're right now facing a 2nd and 3. The Jets have the ball trailing the Bengals 10-0. They have it on their own 38-yard line. And the Dolphins have scored a touchdown against the Falcons. They lead against the Falcons 7-0 there in that game. Lloyd, was this a game that Hamster went to? Hamster might be at this game. I remember he said I thought he got another ticket or something to another game because I know he had the opening week game against the Buccaneers. And I think he said he was getting another game. I can't remember if this was the one or not. But so he might be at the game. Maybe that's why Hamster's not in here, is that he's actually at the game there at the Butthole Dome. Irish says Bijan has 1 rushing yard through 1 quarter. That is not a recipe for success. And especially like if you're not trusting Kirk, are they just throwing the ball too much? Like what are the here? Let's check the stats here. We can go here. We can check some of the stats here. Cousins is 5 of 6 for 41 yards. Bijan has 4 carries for 8 yards now as they're in the second quarter. So still not great. That's 2 yards a carry. Not great. Achane has 5 carries for 26 yards there. For them, Pitts is catching the ball. So again, like if I'm the Falcons, man, why are you just hand it off? Why does Bijan only have 4 touches in a like? I don't know. I don't know about that one. But the Falcons do get a field goal up on the board. It is now 7-3. And we're back here after the penalty. It's 1st and 15 for the Eagles. Let's see how they blow the Giants defense wide open on this play. Hurts back, throws over the middle. It's going to be caught by Devontae Smith, and he's going to get it all the way down to the 20-yard line. Told you. Don't ever doubt me. I've seen this team play too much. I know how it's going. Pecan says, let's go Saints and let's go Baker. I can't lose. It's good when you root for both sides. How very Taliban of you. We do not have a side. What side is winning? This is our side now. Jalen Hurts takes the snap on 1st and 10 from the 20. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for Devontae Smith again, but just a little too high. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up here for the EAGLES Eagles. Bills, they've got another field goal on the board as they now lead 6-0 over the Panthers. Not impressive. Not impressive. Ever see Brian Burns getting the ankle taped up on the sidelines? That's not great. Irish says they never do the most obvious thing. The Falcons never do, and I don't know why. It's like at this point, like especially after that Bills game, that showed you everything you needed to know. Just give the ball to fucking Bijan, and they just won't do it. Hand off to Saquon, and he stopped after a yard gain. So 3rd and 9 upcoming. Boyd says, I feel for Hamster. The Falcons are more finicky than a woman. How dare you, sir? That is highly misogynistic and some kind of phobic or something. I don't know. So here we go. 3rd and 9. Hurts. He's got all day to throw. All day to throw. There's some holding. There's some holding. Where's the flag? There is the flag down. Hopefully they got him for holding because that was fucking unbelievable holding. There should be a flag for holding, so they picked the flag up because they were going to say he hit him out of bounds, which that was never the case. But there was, I mean, look at the line hold. Holding there. Holding there on 64, then holding there on 68. He's just holding Dexter Lawrence. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Why is my voice going up so many octaves? So it's 4th and 1. They actually say he's short of the first down. And the ball's out! Ball's out! He's got it! He's not down! The Giants had it! He pulled it out! How can you say he's down? He's not down! But he wasn't down. He's still pushing. There is no way that's forward progress. There is no way that's forward progress. Even the announcers are saying it. If you're going to say stop forward progress, then it's not a first down. If you're saying it's not forward progress, then it's a fumble. Where are you saying forward progress was stopped? Oh my God. Oh my God. He's still moving forward. He's still getting pushed. And then the ball's taken away. Where is forward progress stopped? Because here's the thing. Where are you calling forward progress? Because if you're saying, play stop, forward progress, stop, then the ball didn't cross the first down marker and it's a turnover on downs. If you're saying forward progress was ruled down at this point, or that like this is what I mean. If you say it's like, how are you saying that that's forward progress? That's fucking possible. Lloyd says that's some bullshit, and I'm not even going for the Giants yet. This is nonsense. That is such unbelievable fucking Chiefs level bullshit. That is Chiefs level bullshit. We just assume he's got it. Play's dead and over. He ripped the ball out. He's still moving fucking forward. He's going to challenge to the spot. Yeah, he's going to say that where they blew forward progress, he was short. I like how we're trying to fit. That's it. If we're going to be litigious, let's be litigious. Let's get to the fucking rules, the tiny rules of the law. You're going to try to do this, let's fucking do it. So the Giants throw up a challenge. Unbelievable. Unbelievable fucking nonsense from these officials. Unfucking believable. And fuck the Eagles. On top of it all. By the way, Ravens have a 7-6 lead on the Bears as they've scored a touchdown. In that game, Lamar Jackson not playing again as well. Any other scores here? The Jets got a field goal against the Bengals. That's now a 10-3 game. Dolphins 7, Falcons 3. We've covered. Browns 7, Patriots 3, as we covered. But the Patriots are in Cleveland territory right now at the Cleveland 32-yard line. Bills 6-0 over the Panthers currently. Panthers with the ball on the Buffalo 26, though. They are driving. And yeah, that covers it. That covers it for about right now. Actually, the Bengals just scored themselves another touchdown, and they are up 16-3 on the New York Jets. Let me see. Is Twitter saying anything about it? Because it's you got to be. I mean, this is ridiculous nonsense. Oh, I'm pulling up the Twitter here. Yeah, sorry. Drake May got picked. Oh yeah. Yeah, even Barstool said it's hard to stop the tush push when the refs are against you. Yeah. That's what I mean. They acted the way they did it. They acted as soon as he crossed over the first down marker that ended the play, and that comes from Ari Murph on My Sports Update. That was nonsense. Even commie Mike Florio said horrible call in Philly. Horrible call in Philly. Yeah. They just said that might be the last straw for the tush push. Yeah. That's unbelievable. Barkley gets the carry. He's going to get 1 yard on 1st and goal. Fuck him. Fucking bury his face in the Lincoln fucking dirt. Bury him so deep he's in the fucking concrete like fucking Hoffa. Fuck. I got no sympathy now. I got no qualms now. Fucking murder these Eagles. Fucking bury them. Bury them. Fuck them. Very unbiased call here on Stay Tuned Sports. Ira says this is taking forever. Yeah, no, this is Because again, you had to try to, the Giant. We were trying to find something because it's patently unfair. Hurts on second down, throws to Barkley out of the backfield, and that's going to be a touchdown as he prances and dances like a fucking bitch over the side, like unbelievable. The refs gave him a touchdown, unfucking believable. Hard to win when you're playing the refs too. Hard to win when you're playing the refs too. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. What a piece of shit franchise and piece of shit city with piece of shit fans. Fuck them. Fuck them. Unbelievable. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. And now the Eagles have a fraudulent 14-7 lead on the New York Giants. After the Giants got a fumble on a tush push, but the ref said, no, we're waving it too early, no. Irish says that's clear. I said it's the same. Everybody still wants to talk shit about the Chiefs. Like, nah, man, this is the Eagles. The Eagles have it now. The Eagles have the Chiefs. The refs in the pocket. The Eagles have the refs in the pocket now. It's not the Chiefs. It's the Eagles. Unfucking believable. So there you go. 11:38 remaining in the second quarter. Eagles with the fraudulent 14-7 lead on the New York Giants. And the Giants will try to answer back if the officials will let them. We'll see. Bengals with a 17-3 lead on the Jets. Dolphins and Falcons still 7-3. Browns 7-6. Patriots got I guess they got a field goal there, so it's 7-6 now in that game. Bills 6, Panthers 3. Ravens 7, Bears 6, as we mentioned before, and the Texans still with a 6-0 lead over the 49ers. Thank you so much for joining us on this stream. My name is King, and this is Stay Tuned Sports. We're watching the Giants and the piece of shit Philadelphia Eagles. If you're watching along, thank you so very much. I've given up any qualms of being unbiased there because just seeing that, I mean, I wasn't having any unbiased anyway. I'm wearing a Giants jersey, Giants fan. I'm, all this other stuff. But, I was trying to believe, call it both ways. I have no, this is, I want the Eagles to be buried now. Fuck them. And this is it's so atrocious. That call was so atrocious that I can't get over. And go look on social media, go look anywhere else. There, you won't find a single person saying, there we go. Yep. Like this one right here. Look at this. Yep. It's all there. It's all right there. Look at that. That's Barstool Sports there with it. Absolutely. Unbelievable nonsense. That's so unbelievable. They say I'm sorry, that's a fraudulent touchdown. That is not a wash, Austin. No. Refs gift them a touchdown. Yep. That's such nonsense. Unfucking believable. Oh, ELS. Oh, ELS has finally joined us. You missed me losing my mind on the officials because they're handing the Eagles the game. Hey, Crafty! Crafty's in the chat. Great to see you, Crafty. Thank you so much. Crafty says Giants got royally screwed out of that fumble. That whistle blew several moments after the fumble. That's what I mean. It's like the officials were playing that as if it was the goal line and not like a first down on the fucking 9-yard line. That's the part that bothers me. Pitch out here to Tracy. Tracy's going to get a yard. Jaxson Dart, 3 for 3, 36 yards and a touchdown so far in this game. Second and 9 coming up here for the New York Football Giants. I am still seasoned. I'm hot, man. I am hot right now. I am hot. 11 minutes and counting remaining here in the second quarter. Dart and shotgun takes the snap. He steps back. He's going to roll to his right, gets pressured, escapes the pressure. Now goes to his left. Throws. Caught! It's going to be about 8 yards there for Slayton on the catch. A lot of moving there from Dart. Thank God he can move, escape the pressure there. Almost got sacked. Escaped that pressure. Saw Slayton open. Slayton came back to the ball. Got it for not a first down, but good chunk of yardage there. Now 3rd and 2 upcoming here for the Giants. They are at the 39-yard line. Have to get to the 41 for a first down. Dart throws to Tracy out of the backfield, and he's going to get it to the 48-yard line. First down, Giants. Move the chains. Thank you for joining us, everybody, today here on Stay Tuned Sports. My name is King. You're watching the Giants and the Eagles along with me, hanging out there. If you want to hang out and join the community, chat is open. Come in and say hi, say hello, say I do, and say Eagles suck, and how dare the refs give them so much help in this game. So we got another handoff here. That looks like that could be Singletary. I don't know if that was Tracy or not. Nope, that was Tracy. It is a gain of about 3 yards, and the Giants are in Eagles territory. Texans, they got a touchdown. They now lead the 49ers 13-0 in their game. So now, here we go, 2nd and 7. Hand off to Tyrone Tracy. And he's going to get 6.5 out of 7 yards. We got flags coming in at the end of the play. They're going to call block in the back on the Giants? He's diving into him. He didn't push him. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, my God. Can't win against the refs, too. You can't win against the refs, too. With all the sports betting going on and all the FBI investigations, this is how you want to act, NFL and officials? By making shit look as shady as possible? So now 2nd and 11 for the Giants after another bullshit penalty. And now they give a delay of game because the Giants didn't have a chance to set whatever. So now it's 2nd and 16. Instead of 3rd and a foot, which it should have been because there was no block in the back. I'm losing it. So now 2nd and 16, Dart over the middle, incomplete, no flag for interference. Oh, and Skattebo broke his fucking foot. Skattebo broke his foot. He broke his ankle. Fuck this season. Fuck this season. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Skattebo's out for the year. Skattebo's out for the year. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. Skattebo's foot is hanging on for dear life. It's over. His season's done. He's done. Skattebo's done. What a disaster. What a disaster. From the officiating and now that's just this team is, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it got cursed. I don't know how what bad juju happened with this team. But it's just, you get a little bit of movement forward, you get a little bit of hope, and then it's and then it's gone. And you see some of these, like, you're afraid of the officials, you're afraid of that, and now everybody's saying nope, Skattebo's not. Yep. I'm gonna get coffee. I'll be right back. Can't have nice things. We can't have nice things. We can't have nice things. Irish says play for yeah. Thoughts and prayers and all that other shit. And it's just what a bright light, what a spark, what an absolute lightning bolt for this team and for this fan base, for everything. And now he's gone, and he would have been fine if there was that big ball here from Dart. Throws it to Slayton, and no flag, obviously, because we know the officials are in their pocket. So, 4th and 16. The Giants are going to have to punt. Offsides on the Eagles. Not that it matters. Gracie says prayers for Skattebo. Like Zelly House. Yeah. He Dak'd it. If anybody remembers a couple years ago when Dak had that ankle injury against the Giants, and you're sitting on the ground and you see the ankle hanging like that. Yeah, there's nothing you could do. It's just. No, punt is out of bounds, and the Eagles will have it around their 15 or so. Jets do have a touchdown, though. It's 17-10 Bengals currently in that game. Dolphins lead the Falcons 10-3. Browns still lead the Patriots 7-6. Bills with a 12-3 lead over the Panthers. I guess they missed a two-point conversion on their touchdown. Ravens still with a 7-6 lead over the Bears. They're facing a 4th and 15 though from the Bears' 24-yard line, so probably going to be a field goal attempt there. And it is, and it's good. 10-6 Ravens over the Bears, and the Texans with a 13-0 lead over the 49ers. Yeah, no, my group chat is yeah. I'm gonna listen. As anybody saw me before that, I was very animated. I was very angry about how the refs were fucking the Giants in this game. I'm very in it. Like I gotta tell you, I'm very. I know I'm supposed to be still entertaining here and say things and all this other stuff, but I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss at this point. It seems like just when you start getting something good, it gets taken away. Just when you start seeing something going positive for the Giants, it gets taken away. It looks like things were going right for us last week, and then we saw what happened in the fourth quarter, thanks to the Giants' defense and Shane Bowen. In this game, it looks like we're making progress there. It looks like we got a fumble on the thing, and the refs go, do their fucking bullshit, and then something like that happens on a play that shouldn't have had to been run because there was no block in the back. But again, the refs. So I blame Skattebo's ankle on the officials too. Don't get that twisted. But it's just I have I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know why I'm a Giants fan. Kept at the line of scrimmage. Are they going to throw a flag on the Giants for some, illegal blocking of the pass there, huh, Mr. Official? Maybe you're going to do that, huh? 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Eagles. ELS says, "Man, I don't know what to say about your Giants." It's not. I mean, it is. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. And if anybody out there is always like, "Man, I wonder what is there a way we can gauge what Giant fans like?" Just honestly, watch the last 35 minutes of this stream, and you'll see where Giants fans are mentally, because I am one, and this is where we are. Irish says, "Hopefully, Neighbors and Skattebo come back healthy next season with a new coaching staff. That'd be nice. I would like that. I'd like to see that. New coaching staff, new front office. That'd be nice to see." I'm just like I said, I'm just 3rd and 7 coming up here for Jalen Hurts. He's getting flushed out of the pocket, and he gets sacked.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
Eagles have to punt from their own end. That punt goes. Good punt all the way to the 34-yard line of the Giants. Fair cut there, and that's where the Giants will take over. Maybe that's the thing too. Whoever the Giants' strength and conditioning coach is, maybe fire them too. Maybe they go away. Maybe they go away as well. Everybody's saying it was a hip drop. That Bowen did a hip drop tackle. Yeah, wasn't that supposed to be banned in the NFL? Weren't they supposed to be throwing flags for that? Where's the flag on that play? Unbelievable. Oh, Lloyd, that's why you don't keep that stuff around, man. That's why you don't keep that stuff around. Lloyd in the chat saying, I'm here. My mom just tried some of my Carolina Reaper spice powder on accident. Whoopsie. That's going to put a little hitch in her giddy up, man. Come on, Jaxson. Do it for Skattebo, baby. Do it for Scat. 1st and 10. Johnson in motion. Hand off to Tracy. Tracy gets 5 yards. Oh, almost 6 yards on the carry. Lloyd says, well, it says Carolina Reaper on it. No fucking joke. Okay, can your mom read? I'm not saying that insultingly. I'm just asking. 2nd and 4 coming up here for the Giants. It was a 6-yard gain there from Tyrone Tracy. It's going to be a pitch out to Tracy again, and he's going to get a first down to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, move the chain for the New York Giants. So here we go. Giants got going a little bit of up tempo here. No huddle. Here's the snap. Dart steps back, looks, throws over the middle. It's going to be caught. That's Bellinger, the tight end, and now the Giants are deep in Eagles territory here. Good protection for Dart. Gave him time, surveyed the field, got it right down there. And now the Giants are sitting on the Philadelphia 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Dart, he's going to keep it, and he gets 5-6 yards on the carry. Crafty in the chat says the Jets tried and failed a 4th and 1 conversion on their own 35. Then When they're on the Bengals' 30-yard line facing a 4th and 1, they went and settled for the field goal. And he says, welcome to the Glenlight Zone. Crafty's not a big fan of old Aaron Glenn. 2nd and 4. Dart was going to throw it, and then he gets sacked. He was looking to throw. I think he didn't see it there, and then he tried to pull it down and run it himself.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
No, I don't know if Hamster's. I think Hamster might actually be at the game. I remember him saying he had another game to go to. I know he said he had other tickets. He was going to get other tickets to the Falcons game. So I'm not sure if that's why he's not in the chat. So 3rd and 6, play clock down to 1. The Giants can't get the playoff, and that's going to be the. Oh yeah, I forgot that they already had. They had lost a timeout for some. Did we challenge it and then it was not good or whatever? Either way, Giants are down to 1 timeout here. Not that it matters. It's 3:02 remaining here in the second quarter. Jimbo on the chat says, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to stop in and say I think we all agree these refs need to be fired. And not even a ref a high school game, King. I don't have a sound up on my phone, so I won't hear you. That's okay. I agree with you. Fuck these refs. The referees, the stripes, can eat dick. So there you go, Jimbo. I did a little pantomime for you, so you know. Yeah, man, it just is what it is. Lloyd says, oh, he'll be here later. Just talk to him. Okay. So Jaxson Dart here on 3rd and 6 after the timeout. Takes the snap. He's got time. Looks, throws down the field. Oh! Johnson had it, and it was in and out of the hands. He took a big shot, but he just couldn't bring it in. It was on the spot throw. You could not throw that ball better if you were Dart. Look at that right there. You got to catch that. You have to catch that. In this kind of game, Johnson, you got to catch that. You're not going to be Travis Kelce. You're not going to be fucking pop stars if you don't catch balls like that. So Graham Gano on for the field goal. Snap, hold, kick is up and right down the middle, old groin Gano. And so the Giants do make it at least 10-14 here with 2:53 remaining in the second quarter. The Giants do get the ball first in the second half. Bengals have themselves a touchdown against the Jets, and of course they now lead by 2 touchdowns, 24-10 in that game. Dolphins still with a 10-3 lead over the Falcons. Patriots still trailing the Browns 7-6. Patriots are facing a 4th and 2 on the Cleveland 24 with 2 seconds remaining in the half. It looks like that's probably going to be a field goal attempt there. Let's see if they make that. The Bills still lead the Panthers 12-3. They've got 1st and goal, though, on the Carolina 1-yard line. Ravens at halftime lead the Bears 10-6, and the Texans still with a 13-0 lead over the San Francisco 49ers. Although they're facing a 4th and 6 from the Niners 18, that looks like that'll be a field goal attempt as well. The Bills, they have scored their touchdown there in Carolina as they now have a commanding lead over the Panthers. And Giants kickoff is away. Eagles take that at about the 12-yard line. That's going to up, and the Eagles are going to get all the way up to near the, what is that, 40? Yeah, 40-something. Josh Allen running in for a TD there, Irish, it seems like. So that'll be a touchdown there. And the Bills do make it 19-3. They just go for the extra point. 19-3 currently there at Bank of America Stadium. ELS says, wow, the Texans look good. Texans look good, up 16-0 against the 49ers right now. Very injured 49ers. But the 49ers have played well and played good against other teams, beating the Rams at home. They beat the Falcons in the old Butthole Dome there. or at the Levi Stadium. They didn't play him in the Butthole Dome. Barkley, he's going to run off to the right, and that's going to be close to a first down, if not a first down. It looks like it is a first down for the Eagles, gain of 10 yards. Patriots do get a field goal at the end of the half and make it 9-7. They currently now have a 2-point lead on the Browns. Dolphins have increased their lead against the Falcons to now 17-3. Here's a pitch back to Barkley. Barkley gets about 7 yards on the carry, and it's going to hit the 2-minute warning. When they come back here, the Eagles will be facing a 2nd and 3. I'm going to say 2nd and 4. I thought he got a little bit more than that. But they're already in the Giants side of the field. When you look at the numbers, I'm sorry, I don't see where the Texans have even close to having the best defense in the league. The Texans' defense, I think, is a big problem with them, and a part of the reason why I never really truly trusted in them or believed in them. People have been trying to tell me I'm wrong the whole time. If you look at the Texans last year, their defense was one of the best in the league, and you look at all the stats, and really the only part of the Texans' defense that was good was their pass defense, their secondary. Outside of that, everything else, they were ranked like 14th, 16th. I think one, it was 11th in all the different defensive metric categories. They were mid. They were a mid defense. They were a mid-level defense. I'm not going to go there and put I'm going to say that the 49ers, again, they're very injured. They're very injured, the 49ers. And that's causing a bit of the problem there as well. Crafty says, I thought Cousins might be rejuvenated by his time on the bench. Well, here's the other thing, Crafty, too, is they built that Falcons offense around Penix now. Like, that's what they've done. So now when you take Penix out and you put somebody like Cousins in, he has a completely different skill set. And I think that's an issue, too, when you're an NFL team. Like, if you're going to have a backup, if you're going to have something like that happen, you have to find somebody that has more of the skill set that can run the offense like your starter. Which is why, like, the Ravens, they had Cooper Rush as their backup for Lamar Jackson. And it's like, really? Like, that doesn't work. Snoop Huntley, for as good or bad as he is, I think has more of the skill set to fit into the offense of a Lamar Jackson-built offense than a Cooper Rush does. And we're kind of seeing that here with the Ravens winning right now 10-6 against the Bears. The Atlanta crowd is booing Cousins. Of course they are. Of course they would be. You're losing to the Dolphins by 2 touchdowns. That is a booing situation. But I'd boo everybody. I'd be booing the defense. How are you giving up 70 points on the fucking Dolphins? It's the Dolphins. What are you doing? I'd be booing everybody. I wouldn't just be booing Cousins. I'd be booing everybody. So out of the 2-minute warning, hand off to Barkley again, and he's going to bulldoze his way for a first down. Yeah, Hartland was starting today. Hurts, steps back, looks, throws. That's going to be caught. Devontae Smith catches it. It's going to be a first down. Down at the Giants' 26-yard line. In shotgun. Hurts. Quick pass over the middle, caught by Devontae again. He gets down to the 15-yard line and another first down. 49ers get on the board with a touchdown, 16-6, pending the extra point there in Houston. Giants have an injury on the ground, and from what it sounds like, the Giants tried doing a peanut punch, ended up punching our own guy out. So that's fantastic. Just everything going great here for the New York Giants. So now, because of the injury, they have to call a timeout. The Eagles get to still keep all three. Kittle gets the touchdown, says Crafty in the chat there for the Niners. The extra point is good. So it is now only a 9-point game in Houston, where the Texans lead 16-7 as that game is about to go into halftime. Panthers marching down the field against the Bills. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. They're on the Bills' 19-yard line and have a 1st and 10. Do the Panthers looking to score before the end of the half? Interesting. The Jets have 2nd and 5 on the Cincinnati 7-yard line. 12 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So now they say from the 14-yard line, Hurts, 1st and 10, steps back, throws out of the backfield to Barkley. Barkley's got some room, but he gets tied up, gets to the 11-yard line. Is the Eagles are going to let the clock tick. They're in no hurry. They're in a good spot here. Even if they only get a field goal, they're in a good spot. And the Giants looks like they've gone offsides here, but is that offsides on the Eagles? What? So the Eagles go offsides, but they called on the Giants. That's fantastic. Isn't that just how this is going? Isn't that just how this is going? Oh, just love NFL. Why do we watch your product? Why do we watch your product if this is what you're going to give us? Why is this something we're going to watch if this is what you give us? Unbelievable. And the Eagles are going to take their first timeout. Unbelievable. ELS says, fuck the refs. Yeah, I believe Brandon Perna has a coffee called that for this particular reason. Because this is absolutely batshit absurd. By the way, the Jets, they're in the inside the 10-yard line. They have to settle for a field goal instead of getting a touchdown. Goddard gets a touchdown, and that's going to be 21-10 going into halftime there with the Eagles. Again, it's clearly the result has already been decided by the NFL and the officials and the gambling companies, whatever the case is. Like, this is where I would like to have Hamster here to tell us which way the money was going and what it was looking like, because this feels like a rig situation here, especially with the way these officials have officiated this game. It's not even hidden at this point, and frankly, it's absurd. Texans and Niners at halftime, 16-7. That is just hit halftime. Jets are at halftime now, 24-13, 11-point game there in Cincinnati. Bears and Ravens already into the second half. This game hasn't hit the halftime yet. Giants and Eagles will be the last game to go to halftime. ELS letting us know here, a report from Ian Rapoport from NFL Network. So the Colts hope to sign Daniel Jones to a long-term extension. Let's go, Danny Dimes! Get that bag! Love Daniel Jones. Crafty says the Red Rocket has been more of a paper airplane today. Giants kneel on the ball, goes to halftime. Giants get the ball first in the second half. That's just that's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is life. This is life. This is how life does. Just to know, this is a little bit of a microcosm of life. If you think everything is always going to be sunshine and rainbows and everything is happy, that's not the case. Life is constant and utter misery. Every single day, every day, every second of every day, every moment of every day for the rest of your life. There's never happiness. There's never joy. There's none of that. That just doesn't happen. You have momentary little blips of joy and happiness in your life, whether it's, sex or a good meal, a funny joke, ha ha ha, winning a little scratch-off lottery ticket. Ooh, $5. That's about as happy as life gets. Outside of that, life is pain, it is misery, it is suffering, it is unfairness, it is everything being stacked against you and beating you into a bloody pulp while you sit lifeless next to a fucking chain link fence, bleeding out. That's life. And there is no better microcosm for life than football in the NFL, at case in this point, as we've watched here with the Giants and watch me watching this game. I mean, this is life. You go in with not even high expectations, but you go in there with hope. You go in there, and this is where hope is dangerous. This is why you shouldn't hope, whether in football or in life. Oh boy, I hope I get that promotion. Oh, I hope I get that job. I hope I get that interview. Don't do that, because you won't, and nothing good will ever happen. That's life. That's me. That's me when I'm like, oh boy, I hope I can do well on this channel. I hope I can get some subscribers. That's not going to happen. That's life. Not to be pessimistic, not to be cynical. Maybe I'm just being that way now because of how this entire first half has gone between the officials, Camp Skattebo, and that horrific scene that we saw, and just everything like that. Maybe it's just cynical old King. Maybe it's just King being, oh, you're just being a crotchety old man, King. Maybe. Probably, I would even say. But there's still truth in the cynicism. There's still kernels of wisdom in the misery. Because life is misery. Life is pain. As anybody out there will relate, Pecan and his Saints, he knows. I'm sure Pecan knows, having been born there in the late 60s, he has seen his Saints and gone through the pain, and he had a momentary joy. He had a football orgasm. He was able to watch his football team win a Super Bowl. That's a football orgasm, baby. That's pretty good. Life doesn't get much better than that. But he knows. I think he can understand. Now you get the correlation between football and life, and where it's always a lot of shit. It's always a lot of unfairness. It's always a lot of pain and anguish. Ask Pecan about the NFC Championship game against the Rams. You want to talk about unfair? You want to talk about things working against you? You want to talk about other people making the choices and decisions for you, and you being completely without agency and ability to go ahead and carve your own path? Right there, that pass interference call in that NFC Championship game, that right there tells you everything you need to know about life. ELS says, "Hey, King, it's okay because the Giants are better than Colorado. The Buffaloes there in the first half. Colorado had -8 total yards. Yeah, no, Colorado. I don't know how much longer that Dion experiment's going to work there in Colorado. Like, it was great. It was flashy. It was got something going. Boy, it has not worked out there in Colorado. All of a sudden, Dion went from being like the hottest property that people wanted to go ahead and, I want him to be coach. We want to be coach of Cowboys. Oh, he should have been coach of Florida State. What a mess by Florida State not having him be their coach. What are this, that, and the other thing. They went through all that. And then, like, ugh. Oh, God. Oh, the Texans are wearing their shitty goddamn uniforms. God, they can't win in those. Sorry, Irish. I know you're a Texans fan, but boy, I hate those uniforms. Those are the H-Town down uniforms, whatever. They're terrible. They're terrible. Oh, wow, James Cook. He pulled a giant run. Look at that. Look at the Browns, though, man. Look at these Browns. Great to see the Patriots wearing the silver pants again. Hated seeing the mono blue uniform. That sucked. Some of these games have started in the second half here. We got the Dolphins and the Falcons. Joe Flacco! Looking at the highlights here. Oh, the Bengals. What are you wearing? Orange, black, orange? Oof, that looks rough. You can burn those orange pants. Never wear those. I think I would be a little bit more lively in this halftime, even with the Giants losing. If the whole Skattebo thing didn't happen. I'm gonna get more coffee. Want more coffee? You guys want more coffee? I give you more coffee. How about the Dodgers fighting for America, getting at least one game up there in Canada? So good for them. Fuck the Blue Jays. Fuck Canada. I think I'd say that as well. All right, I'm gonna get coffee. I'll be back. It's halftime. You know how we do here. There's nobody doing a fucking thing in here. Like Tom Grossi, I'm gonna send his fucking people in here again. That'd be funny if he did while I was getting coffee. Let's see. Who do we even have in here? Who we got participate? Oh, nobody's in here. Everybody left for a second. Okay, that's fine. So I was talking to myself anyway. That's fine. I do that anyway. Crafty in the chat says King disappeared like the Falcons' offense. Well, I mean, like I said, when you build an offense around Michael Penis, and all of a sudden that penis isn't there to fill that gap, to fill that hole, and you have to rely on your cousins to fill that hole, it's not going to feel the same. It's not going to work out right, So that's probably why the Falcons there losing right now by 2 touchdowns to the Dolphins. Although it looks like they got to stop. 4th and 17. Dolphins on their own 17-yard line. 4th and 7, sorry, and on the 17-yard line. So the Dolphins are going to have to punt. Patriots already 1st and goal on the Cleveland 7-yard line. There's 9:46 remaining in the third quarter there. They've been going for a while. Like I said, the Giants and Eagles are going to be the last one coming back from halftime here. '49ers, they're facing a 3rd and 3 from their own 47 on the opening drive of the second quarter. As we're getting ready for the second half here, we see Tom Brady's goofy-ass face with his book doll surgery there. Dude, that Skattebo injury's got me shook, man. So here we go. Getting ready here. See Jaxson Dart stretching on the sidelines, and the kick is away to start the second half. Patriots, they just got themselves a touchdown. Oshevsky returns this ball all the way up to the 35-yard line. And that's where the Giants will start. First and 10. Oop, as I punch the microphone. There we go. First punch of the day, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We waited for the second half to punch the mic. So first and 10. Dart. Got time. He's got time. He's got time. Good protection. Time is running out. He can't escape that long. Got to get rid of the ball. You got to get rid of the ball. You got to get rid of the ball.
But too
Sorry,
bad your ass
Jaxson.
got sad.
I love you, Jaxson, but you got to get rid of that ball. You cannot hold onto the ball for 10 seconds. You can't do it. You can't do it. I understand you couldn't find anybody open. There was people coming back or anything like that, but at that point, you got to have that internal clock. Throw the ball away. Now it's 2nd and 18. You can't put your team in that kind of a spot, Jaxson. You can't do it. Thrown over to Wan'Dale Robinson over the middle. He gets it back up to the original line of scrimmage there to the 35. It's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up here for the Giants. Sirianni on the sideline. I don't give a shit. Someone just throw a football up his fucking ass. Giants 2 for 5 on third downs in this game today. Jaxson Dart 7 of 10 for 82 yards and a touchdown. Let's see what he can do here. 3rd and 10. Dart. He's going to pull it down. He's looking, directing traffic. Throws! Incomplete. Oh, closer to an interception than anything else. He threw across his body. Something you don't want to do. Not a great first series there for Jaxson Dart and the Giants. You really saw. You saw a lot of rookie. You saw a lot of rookie on that particular series there for Jaxson Dart. There was a lot of rookie there, unfortunately. So it's going to be 4th and 10 and a punt coming up here for the Giants. And the punt is away. And that's going to get down to the 6-yard line, going to be returned to the 20, to the 23-yard line, and no further. And so the Eagles will start their first drive of the second half on the 23-yard line when they come back from action here. Checking in with some of these other games, we see Snoop Huntley there with the Ravens. They're getting ready to call play, but they're going to switch over here to the Falcons and the Dolphins. Bijan trying to put some moves on, trying to do some work down there in Atlanta. Big gain there on that particular play. They're facing a 1st and 10 now from the Dolphins' 19-yard line are the Falcons. Here's going to be a handoff here to Bijan, and he's going to fumble the ball. There's a flag down. Oh, what are they going to call here? Holding on the Falcons. That penalty's declined. Fumble recovered by the Dolphins. Oh, no. We've been talking this whole time. Just hand the ball to Bijan. Well, Bijan just handed the ball back to the Miami Dolphins. Nothing going right for the Falcons. 17-3, Dolphins lead over the Falcons. 1st and 10 from their own 16. Ravens have 1st and 10 from the Bears' 16-yard line. Bears defense trying to hold on to this game here. Currently 13-6 Ravens lead. Jets got a field goal, by the way. It is 24-13 in that game. Snoop Huntley facing a 2nd and 8 from the 14-yard line of the Bears. Empty backfield set for Snoop. Snoop takes the snap. He's going to run off to his left. Throws incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up there for the Ravens. Touchdown Bills. Khalil Shakir, by the way. 1st and 10 coming up here, though, for the Eagles. Hurts and shotgun. He's got trips to his right. And it's going to be a handoff to Barkley. And Barkley's going to bulldoze his way for a good 5 yards. 2nd and 5 upcoming. Browns got picked off by the Patriots. Patriots now 2nd and goal down on the Cleveland 9-yard line. Oh, no. Hurts throws on 2nd and 5. That's going to be caught. Down to the 44-yard line are the Eagles. First and 10, Philadelphia. Pitch out here. That's going to be Saquon. He gets it to the 50-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 4 upcoming. Bills currently lead the Panthers 26-3 after that touchdown, by the way. Yeah, I mean, just in case anybody wants to know, I've lost. Like I've lost so much enthusiasm in this game. Thrown incomplete on 2nd and 4, 3rd and 4 upcoming here for the Eagles. Devontae Smith was the intended receiver. This guy, like, again, everything else, I think I'd still be fired up, but the Skattebo injury is just fucking, it has sucked any and all of the life out of me. And I wish I was more entertaining in watching this game right now, but I feel disgusted. I feel gross. I feel dejected. I feel, it's just, I wish, which I can't imagine how Cam feels, but it's just, Hurts throws wide open. Devontae Smith on the sidelines. It's going to be caught. And a first down for the Eagles on the Giants' 39-yard line. Jalen Hurts is 11 of 15 for 108 yards, 2 touchdowns thrown in this game for him. Playing well. The Eagles have an 11-point lead on the Giants, looking to expand that here. Hurts under center. Going to be a pitch back here, but the whistles blow before the play starts. We have flags down. Delay of game on the Eagles. the 11th flag thrown in this game. Again, flags thrown, not necessarily penalties counted. All flags, whether the flags are picked up, whether they're declined, all those, any flag that's thrown, even if it's by mistake, gets counted here on Stay Tuned Sports. Again, thank you for watching us here on Stay Tuned Sports. My name is King. Watching along here with the Giants and the Eagles. Very dejected. You're watching a very dejected Giants fan. After that first half between the officials and then what happened with Cam Skattebo. 1st and 15. Hand off to Barkley. Barkley is going to go for about 4 yards on that gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 upcoming here. That's going to be real good for my fantasy team. Second and 11. Hurts. Rolls. Keeps rolling. He's trying to find something. That ball got tipped as he threw. Incomplete. Lucky that falls incomplete. 3rd and 11 upcoming. By the way, the Patriots have scored a touchdown. They now lead 23-7 over the Cleveland Browns. Dolphins maintain their 17-3 lead over the Atlanta Falcons. As we mentioned, the Bills 26-3 over the Panthers. Ravens with a 16-6 lead over the Bears. And the Texans currently still with a 16-7 lead over the San Francisco 49ers. Hurts, 3rd and long throws over the middle. That looks like that got tipped coming out of his hands too. They're going to throw a flag on the Giants. But the ball was tipped. It can't be pass interference if the ball's tipped. The ball was tipped. It can't be pass interference if the ball's tipped. But the pass was tipped. If that pass wasn't tipped, then it was just a duck pass from Jalen. So imagine throwing a terrible pass on a terrible route and you still get the fucking yards gained. Like, that's not... Whatever. Why am I even getting angry? We already know what's happening in this game. Hurts is going to get sacked. Who gives a fuck?
But too bad your ass got sacked.
Like, I just don't get this fucking nonsense. But I'm gonna load it in chat again. Talking to myself. Just talking to myself. That's used to that. Probably won't do the night game then. If like I said, if people don't come in here. I like doing this, but people don't show up. It's sometimes just not worth it. But I think I'll just start doing giant games at this point. Shipley gets the toss out of the backfield, but the Giants are all over him on that one. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 now coming up for the Eagles here. Oh, sorry, 3rd and 15 after the sack. Sorry, my apologies. I forgot about the yardage on the sacks. Why is there an ice cream truck outside? It's October 26th. What the fuck are we doing? Jesus Christ. So from the 31, Hurts in shotgun takes the snap. He's back, looks, throws over the middle. It is caught by Devontae Smith down to the 24-yard line. Not going to be a first down. Big hit. Good hit. So 4th and 6, Eagles going to attempt a field goal here to make it a 2-touchdown game. And let's see here. Jake Elliott, 40-yard attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is good on that one, and the Eagles have themselves a 14-point lead again, 24-10 over the New York Football Giants. Look at some of these other games here. The Jets still trail by 11. ELS says, I'm back, baby. Good to see you, ELS. Thank you for joining us again. Crafty letting us know here the Jets are indeed in the red zone. As I'm watching the red zone channel, the red zone channel currently has the Dolphins and Falcons. And the Dolphins, they just ran for a touchdown. Jalen Waddle. And now, instead of a 17-3 lead, the Dolphins have a 24-3 lead. The Dolphins are just pumping the Falcons right in the dumper. And not looking good. Not looking good. Hamster, I'm sure his mood is fairly like mine right now. Pecan says, someone get a message to Hamster quickly and tell him Falcons suck. Send the Raven. Send the Morse code. Message for you, sir. Quick, decode it. What does it say? Sir, it says the Falcons suck. Right, cheerio. Attack at dawn over the top. I don't know why I turned that into a World War I trench message, but there we go. I'm just kind of nuts. Crafty says, King turning this stream into a psych ward may have played a role as well. Yeah, because Station Sports, the overall channel said that the Cam Skattebo injury really killed the mood in the stream, huh? And Crafty says, well, King turning the stream into a psych ward might have. Yeah. Everything is cynical. Life is pain. All right, everybody? That's what you need to know. Life sucks. Everything is sucks until you're dead. Thank you for joining the stream. That's what football does. That's what Giants football does to you, though. That's what I mean, it's Giants football turns you into just like the deepest, darkest, most cynical philosophizer you've ever had. The philosophizer. ELS has a question for the chat and the community. Everybody listening, what's the biggest surprise and disappointment of the noon games? Biggest surprise, I would say it's either between the Dolphins beating the Falcons or Texans beating the Niners is the way they are. It could be the Dolphins. The Browns were hanging around for a little bit. By the way, 1st and 10 for Tyrone Tracy. He's going to get about 3.5 yards. Ravens maybe, but again, we were questioning. The Bears were a big question mark still anyway. So I'd say either Texans or Dolphins. Biggest disappointment was the Skattebo injury. There's nothing there. I don't think you can find something that's more disappointing than that. I don't think you can find something that's more disappointing than that. Texans up 23-7 right now on the Niners, by the way, too, with that touchdown. So Irish is having a good time. Oh, big carry there for Tracy, and he's going to get the first down. 1st and 10 for the Giants from their own 35 now. So I think the biggest surprise I would say is the Dolphins. I would say the Dolphins is the biggest surprise. I would say the biggest disappointment is what happened to Cam Skattebo. Hand off to Tyrone Tracy, and that's going to be a gain of 2 yards on that particular carry. 5:39 remaining here in the third quarter. And the Jets, with a 3rd and goal, they can't get the ball into the end zone, and they have to settle for a field goal again. Dart throws incomplete. Slayton was the intended receiver, could not hold on to the ball. Wouldn't have been the first down anyway. But now Giants facing 3rd and 8. Crafty says his biggest disappointment is seeing Kirk Cousins being so inept versus the worst defense in the National Football League. Dart in shotgun, facing a 3rd and 8. Steps back, goes over the middle, caught by Johnson. First down, Giants. ELS, he says, his biggest surprise is how close the Jets are keeping it with the Bengals. Boy, if the Jets could actually punch the ball in for a touchdown, they'd be winning this game. Right now, it's 16-24. They're trailing the Bengals. Browns have thrown another interception, by the way. And ELS's biggest disappointment is Skattebo and what happened there. And I can't disagree. I think for the league, and you're seeing it around on social media too, how bad people are taking that. Throw the ball away. Does Jaxson Dart on first down? 2nd and 10 upcoming. Crafty says biggest disappointment is either the refs or Scats. So your biggest surprise is how bad Cousins was. Okay, so Crafty says his biggest surprise is how bad Cousins has been versus the Dolphins, and his biggest disappointment is the refs or Skattebo's injury. Take your pick. And yeah, I agree with both. Yeah. So here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Giants. Dart hands it off here. Was that Singletary? Gain of 3 yards. 3rd and 7 upcoming. Giants right at midfield there. They're going to mark it at the 49. It's like more like the 49 3/4. No, actually it is right at the 49. Never mind. I thought it would have been a little bit closer than that. 3rd and 7. Giants have to get just beyond the Eagles' 45-yard line for the first down. Play clock at 10. Dart in shotgun. Lifts the leg. Snap is away. And there's flags. The Giants moved earlier. I saw that. False start on the Giants, so that's going to make it 3rd and 12. So now went from 3rd and long to 3rd and really long. That's Giants football, baby. That's Giants football. Undisciplined, unready. I mean, we just fire the coaches, please. Just fire the coaches. Fire everybody. Fire everybody. I don't care. Who's going to coach the team? I don't give a shit. Just fire everybody. Jaxson Dart gets rushed. Throws. Caught by Johnson, and that's going to be a first down. Holy shit. I thought he was going to get taken down. He was able to get away. Was able to get away from the pressure, and then a quick little floater. It's a floater. And he gets it for the first down. Wow, did not expect that. Go Jaxson Dart. Go Jaxson Dart. ELS says, Cam Skattebo has a dislocated ankle. It broke the fuck off. Oh, that's going to be a loss of 2 yards on the play. Singletary was given a carry. This is why we don't hand the ball off to Singletary, because he sucks. Crafty says, dislocated. The foot was fucking... Yeah, it was... Well, they said the same thing with... who was that? Chris Godwin last year, and with Dak Prescott a couple years ago was a dislocated ankle. By dislocated, you mean the ankle was off of the leg? Yes, then it's dislocated. It is not in the location that it should be. It is dislocated. Yeah. So 2nd and 13, throws it to Wandale. Wandale gets a pretty decent gain on that one, makes it 3rd and 7 right now from the Philadelphia 41-yard line. In the NHL, they would just call it a lower body injury. So here we go. The Giants have to get just inside the 35-yard line of the Eagles to get that first down. Jaxson Dart. He steps back to throw. He throws down the sideline. Caught! Singletary with the catch. And that's going to be all the way down to the 13-yard line for the Giants. So I said Singletary sucks, but not on that play. Good job, Devin. Good job. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I suck. Crafty in the chat says the Jets defense somehow let Joe Flacco scramble 12 yards for a first down. Kind of like the Steelers defense did last week. Remember that? Like, that was insane. 1st and 10. Dart. Steps back, looks, he's going to float that out of bounds. Singletary, again, was the intended receiver. ELS says, my friend needs a Theo Johnson touchdown. I need a Theo Johnson touchdown just so the Giants can get on the fucking board here. Man, Mac Jones doing some running there in his game against the Browns as the Patriots are up now 30-7, blowing out Cleveland. Jaxson Dart play action, throws towards in the direction of Theo Johnson into the ground. 3rd and 10, we've got a flag down, though. What's the call here? They're going to say a legal man downfield? How the play? It just started. I don't understand. Yeah, so the Eagles declined the penalty, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 13. So big time play here for the Giants. Man in motion. Now I think that's little Jordan Humphrey in motion there. Dart is going to get sacked. He's going to get strangled too. That should be roughing the passer because he hit him in the face. But they're not going to call that.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
And so it's going to be 4th and 13 from the Philadelphia 16. And, of course, the Giants will make it just an 11-point game again because we suck. If that was Jalen Hurts, they would have thrown a flag for roughing the passer. You know that. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. So the Giants make it an 11-point game again. Ooh, yay. Ooh, amazing. Go Giants. Yay. Ooh, yay. Bengals get a touchdown here. Crafty letting us know that P. Ryan got himself a 30-yard touchdown run against the Jets. Jets. And so that game is now going the way we all thought it would. Jets are on their way to 0-8. ELS letting us know here that Myles Garrett has now passed Reggie White for the most sacks by a player under the age of 30 with 108.5 sacks. Congratulations, Miles Garrett. He also has one almost murder charge against him for caving in Mason Rudolph's skull with his own helmet. So, something else that Reggie White never did. Crafty is saying Aaron Glenn's defense is folding like a defense coached by Aaron Glenn. Boy, you do not like Aaron Glenn, do you, Crafty? Wonder what Lloyd did. What does Lloyd think? I forgot. Does Lloyd like or dislike Aaron Glenn? I think he disliked him. I think he was much of your same ilk. He was not a fan of him. Did not like Aaron Glenn. I always liked Aaron Glenn. I liked him as a player. I thought he was good as a defensive coach there in Detroit and how they had that defense running. Again, last year they had nobody on a team. They were picking up people off, out of bars to be fucking linebackers because they were so injured. They were very injured. Bills, they are putting belt to ass to the Panthers, 40-3. The Panthers led this game, I believe, at 1.3-0. So there's that. If you're the Panthers, that's something to look forward to. Patriots 37 over the Browns. Bengals 31-16 over the Jets. Dolphins 24-3 over the Falcons. Bears have coming back here against the Ravens. 16-13. Ravens lead over the Bears. 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter there. And the Texans 20. So outside of the Ravens, Bears, and Giants, Eagles, every single one of these games is a fucking blowout. Every single one of these games is a blowout. So those are really the only two games to really pay attention to now. We all know Dolphins are going to beat the Falcons. Bengals are going to beat the Jets. Patriots are beating the Browns. Bills are beating the Panthers. And the Texans are going to beat the 49ers. So Eagles get the kickoff at the 4, return it to the 25, to the 27, and that is where they will start their next drive. They're going to say 28. Suck my dick. God, with this fucking bad spotting. ELS, listen, it wasn't just you. You said it. I believe Pepper Jack said it. It was like, I feel it. I feel like this is the Panthers might be able to pull off. So I was like, Andy Dalton's like, oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. Andy Dalton started Red Rocket. Red Rocket's going to do it. Oh, yeah, Red Rocket. Red Rocket. Red Rocket came up limp here. ELS says, I hope the 4 p.m. games are better than the 1 p.m. games. I'm changing your time to Eastern Zone. That's what I do, ELS. You keep your Central Time Zone to your own Wisconsin self. Barkley, and he's gone again. Big, huge gain. Gets all the way down to the Giants' 44-yard line. And Barkley is limping. He's kind of running off very slowly, and he's shaking his head. Oh, no. End of the third quarter. And we might have another injury here that we don't want to see. By the way, it is the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen, so put the 4s up. But, God, we had Skattebo and that awful ankle injury, and now we see Saquon Barkley kind of limping off. Looks like he might have pulled a hamstring or something there. Just not good. That fucking Lincoln Financial turf, get rid of it! Put the 4s up, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the fourth quarter, and every single game that we watch here on Stay Tuned Sports, we throw the 4s up, just like the players do on the sidelines, because we're here for all 4 quarters. So if you want to throw that up in the chat, at home, yell it out your window, screaming at your mother for some reason, whatever you want to do, throw the 4s up. But what a way. That is not the way you want to see that quarter end. That's not the way you want to see anything like that happen, clearly. And now you have both the Giants and the Eagles with their dynamic running backs coming up injured and lame in this game. Not great. Not great. Oh, the 49ers coming. They've scored a touchdown. So maybe that game's not as over as I thought it was. Maybe that game's not as over as I thought it was. 28 seconds remaining in the third quarter, 23-15. Texans lead the 49ers, so they still have a whole quarter to go. Maybe that game is not as over as we had thought. Ravens have a 4th and 5 from the Chicago 39. It looks like they'll be going for a field goal there to make it 19-13. Let's see if they make that or not. Jets currently in the red zone, end of the third quarter. They're going to be facing a 2nd and 4 from the Cincinnati 7-yard line when they go back to action. Listen, I'll tell you this. I would take Aaron Glenn as my defensive coordinator right now over Shane Bowen. You bet your ass I would. And Saquon, as we saw, was grimacing as he ran, as he went out of bounds there. He now is going into the blue tent very gingerly. And again, just this has been a miserable game from every aspect and every angle. Just miserable. So now the Eagles from the Giants' 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Hurts steps back. He's looking to throw. He's trying to dance, and he's going to take a massive sack all the way back at their own 45 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 26 upcoming. What a massive
Too bad
sack.
your ass got sacked.
Take a seat. So here we go. 2nd and 31. Sorry, they say 2nd and 31. And they run it, and Bigsby's going to run, and he's going to get a first down. Second and 31, and they run for a first down. Giants football, baby. Fire Shane Bowen. Fire him. Fire him right now. After that play, fire him. Go into the booth and fire him. In case you want to know why the Giants will always lose, that is why. And it's going to be a 7-yard run there. 2nd and 3 coming up here from the Giants' 24-yard line because the Giants' defense can't stop a wet fart at this point. Unbelievable. A 2nd and 31, and you give up that run. Christian Pierce in the chat says, delete the franchise. I don't disagree. Like, that play alone, just fire everybody. Everybody needs to be fired. And that's going to be a first down for the Eagles as they get it down to the Giants' 20-yard line. 1st and 10. They are officially right there on the cusp in the red zone. Thank you for joining us, by the way, Christian. I have you in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us here. Right here on Stay Tuned Sports. My name is King. We're watching along with the Giants take on the Eagles. Eagles currently with a 24-13 lead as they are driving now. They are in the red zone at the Giants' 20-yard line. Actually, just outside the Giants' 20-yard line. Here we go. It's going to be another handoff here to Bigsby. Bigsby's going to get 2 yards. Giants were looking for a flag there on defense, but of course they're not going to get it. The refs have clearly been in the Eagles' pocket all game. ELS says, live at New York, the Jets have been left in hell to burn away, and it's the Giants are ready to kill Dable and the whole coaching staff. Not kill. I don't want to kill him. I just want him off my team. Fire him. Go somewhere else. Best of luck. Best, all the best in your future endeavors. But don't let the door hit you on the way out. I don't want aspirins on my door. And off to Bigsby. Nope, it's going to be Hurts. He keeps it, throws, touchdown, got it, and that's going to be the game. Like the Giants are not going to be able to come back from this. Let us be as honest as we can with each other. This Giants defense they had a 2nd and 31 and let them run for a first down on one play. About to have a palindrome score though, so that's pretty cool. It'll be 31-13. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. I don't know why that opened up. Kick is up and it is good. Oh, I just went to hit the 1. I hit F1. I don't know why I did that. What the hell is it? What the hell is going on? There we go. Jesus, I don't know what the hell happened there. There we go. 31-13. There's 11-17 remaining. What is it, 18-point lead? Yeah. We're not the Broncos. We're not coming back from that. We're not coming back from that. What's going on in these other games here? Texans, they have a 1st and 10 at the Niners' 42-yard line. They currently lead 23-15. Niners trying to come back in that game to win. Ravens, 22-13 on the Bears. As they now have a 10-point, will be probably going for the extra point there, getting an 11-point lead. Bills, 40-13 over the Panthers. 40-3 over the Panthers. I'm sorry about that. Patriots 30-7 over the Browns. Bengals 31-24 over the Jets. Jets trying to make a game of it there in Cincinnati. And the Dolphins currently 31-3 over the Falcons, just murderizing them. Fuck Canada, fuck the Blue Jays. I'll say that. That's as much as I'll say. If you're from Canada, thank you so much for watching. Fuck your country, though. Coming up here, as we're coming back from break here, looking for the kickoff. And by the way, the Giants beat the Eagles by 17 points in the last game. So if the Eagles beat the Giants by more than 17 points going into this game, coming out of this game, then I don't even get to keep the belt. The belt would go to Jimbo again. Devin Singletary is going to get the ball up to the 32-yard line, 33-yard line, and that is where the Giants will start 1st and 10 on this drive to try to at least hopefully help me keep my fucking belt. Niners are still in that game. I think the Niners they're still in that game. The Bears are still in their game with the Ravens. 10-point game. Pitch out here to Tyrone Tracy, and he gets no gain. 2nd and 10. Dart can't just throw the ball away, Jaxson. What are you doing? You're going to say that's a fumble? I think it's a forward pass. That's a forward. I want to see that. I want to see that. Nope, forward pass. That ball's going forward. That ball's moving forward. That's an incomplete pass. The ball's moving forward. It makes the slight movement forward. That's a forward pass. That's a forward pass. Yes, it is. That's a forward pass. That's a forward pass. The refs will call it. The refs will call it that. Not only that, he got hit in the face again. Can we fucking do something about that, refs? Knowing the officials in this game, though. Checking in on some of these other games here. The Bears, they're facing a 4th and 1 from their own 31, 7:56 remaining. They're down 10 points. It looks like they're going to have to go for it. Panthers, boy. Oh, the Panthers, they got a touchdown there. 40-9 now there in Carolina. Patriots still blowing out the Browns. Bengals up 31-24 on the Jets, but they have second and goal from the Jets 1. They're about to expand that lead, I would imagine. And the Dolphins now are 34-3 up on the Falcons. So lots of blowouts here. Some games are getting closer. They did call us. Thank you for calling the forward pass. Thank you. Good. Fuck it. Fuck the Eagles for all the calls they got. That's good for the fucking fumble that they wouldn't let us get. So 3rd and 10 now for the Giants. Dart in shotgun. They got to get it to the 43-yard line. Dart takes the snap. He's going to get, he's getting sacked this time. He just hasn't got rid of the ball. It's just, this team's falling apart. ELS says, I'm just happy that my internet has been fixed. So, long story short, our old internet provider switched to Spectrum. It was supposed to happen on the 16th, but they decided to do it on Thursday. Oh, November 16th. But they decided to do it on Thursday. Hey, listen. It is what it is. At least you got solid internet again, and that's what matters. That's the key. So, 4th and 11, Giants are going to go for it because why the fuck not? It's just, it is what it is. And Dart takes a snap. He looks deep. Throw. Oh, shit. Caught. Caught by Slayton to the 20, to the 10, 5. Touchdown. What's the flag? What's the flag? Of course there's going to be a flag. They're going to say pass interference on Slayton. So they won't stop. They just won't stop. They won't stop giving them a break. They won't stop giving them a break. He's heading. Are you fucking kidding me? Why am I even getting angry? Why am I even getting angry at this point? These officials have been horrendous. That is horrendous. He's grabbing his shirt. You see the Eagle player grabbing his shirt, but he's... That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. How do you throw that? I mean, well, we know how. The Eagles paid him. Like, there's no other, there's some kind of nefarious thing going on. We need Cash Patel in there to do some kind of investigation on these officials. Of course, something has happened. Like, how the fuck do you call that? How do you call that? Like, just an absolutely atrocious game here from the officials. Absolutely atrocious. See me live tweeting here. Do live streaming and live tweeting here. ELS, man, I don't know. Again, these officials are just, I mean, I'm getting upset about the officiating, and it's just I mean, it was clear from the onset that this was what they wanted to do. Bengals now up 38-24 on the Jets, so they got a full 2-touchdown lead again. Texans, they have an 11-point lead on the Niners. Niners facing 4th and 11 from their own 31. Uh-oh. Well, they were idle this week, ELS, so the fact that they didn't move up or down is good. ELS letting me know that the AP top 12... let me see. Let me look at the top 25, yeah. Unbelievable. Bigsby, and again, the Giants can't tackle. The Giants may be the worst tackling team in the NFL. Maybe the absolute worst tackling team in the NFL. I'm surprised they didn't move Texas A&M up to 2. I know Indiana crushed UCLA, but Texas A&M crushed LSU. I figured they might think it was a better opponent that Texas A&M crushed, but they didn't move them up. So Bigsby again on 1st and 10. The Giants can't tackle anybody. I'm not even paying attention to this game anymore. I'll keep an eye on it here. Falcons. Oh, the Falcons got a touchdown. Look at that. Yeah, 34-10 now in that game at the Butthole Dome in Atlanta. 5:01 remaining in the fourth quarter there. Ohio State remains at number 1. Indiana, number 2. Texas A&M, they are at number 3. Alabama at number 4. Georgia 5, Oregon 6, and that's where although everybody stayed even, that none of that changed. We have Ole Miss. They moved up a spot to 7 after their win. Another big hole there for the Eagles, and that's going to be another first down for them. Georgia Tech, they moved down 1. Even though they didn't lose, they won, but they moved them down a spot to number 8. Vanderbilt, they moved up a spot from 10 to 9 after their win over Missouri. Miami, they moved down a spot. Even with their win, they moved down a spot to 10. And they currently have, do they have 2 number 10 teams? They say, yeah, they say Miami and BYU got the same amount of votes there. So Miami and BYU are both 10. So I would say, but since I think BYU moved up to 10 and Miami moved down to 10, I would say BYU's 10, Miami's 11. That's how I'm going to do that. Notre Dame stays at 12 as they were idle. Texas Tech, they move up a spot. They're at 13. Tennessee, they moved up 3 spots. They are now at number 14 at 6-2. Virginia at 7-1. They are at 15. Louisville at 16. Cincinnati 17. Oklahoma, they dropped down 5 spots to 18. Missouri, they are at 19. Texas, after their thrilling overtime comeback win there in Mississippi State, they're up to 20. Michigan at 21. Houston at 22. USC, they're back in at 23, or stay there at 23. Sorry, they didn't knock them all the way out, which is stunning from the Notre Dame game. Utah at 24, and Memphis, they are at 25. Crafty in the chat says, the Ravens beating the Bears with a backup quarterback might actually be my biggest surprise of the day. I was going to say, well, we got, what do we got, 5 minutes left. It is 23-16. Jets trying to get something going here. And it looks like the Jets scored a touchdown. Even the announcers don't know what's going on in this game. I've kind of stopped paying attention to this game as well. Who gives a shit? Giants going to lose. Breece Hall gets in for the touchdown there. Yeah, but ELS, yeah, we know the Badgers are bad. That's just, the Badgers are bad. Jalen Hurts, big ball on 3rd and 6. And it's caught, touchdown. Jahan Dotson, and now it's a blowout. Just like I said it would be. With the help of the officials. I mean, the game's rigged, so if the game's rigged, you already know what's happening, you know. Unbelievable. So the Jets are going for 2 when an extra point would make it 7. Like, I don't understand why they're going for 2 here. And, I mean, Fields kind of gets sacked, and then it's that was why? Why would you go for 2 there? Now, if you score again, you have to go for 2 to just tie the game, where the Jets are fucking stupid. Can we just point that out there, that the Jets are fucking stupid? The Jets are fucking stupid. So now it's an 8-point game where it could have just been a 7-point game. Is the Jets kicker hurt? Is that a problem? Is that maybe why? Did I miss something? The Eagles have exploded with the help of the officials there, Mr. Announcer. Christian Pierce in the chat says, yes, the Jets are stupid. Oh, they're reviewing it. They are going to review this to see if this actually got in or not. Oh, he might have that. That might be a 2-point conversion. Still stupid. Still dumb. Crafty in the chat says the Bengals cannot stop the run in the second half. Bears are still in the game with the Ravens. Ravens facing a 3rd and 7 from their own 48. Lloyd in the chat. How you doing, brother? Tyrone Tracy with the catch out of the backfield. Gets it up to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up here for the Giants. Texans have to punt. They're up 11 on the Niners. Niners need to put something together here. And right now, it's going to be down at the 1 for the Niners. So not starting great. They got 99 yards to go. Jaxson Dart running for his life here. Throws down the field. That's going to be caught. Where's the flag? Wan'Dale Robinson catches it down at the 25-yard line of the Eagles. Been better, Lloyd. Gotta tell you. Been better. Lloyd in the chat says, I'm back. Nothing bad happened with my mom. She's okay. Her asshole didn't turn into a rocket ship when she ate my ghost pepper sauce, so that's good. That's good to know. Throws, that's going to be caught. Bo Collins with the reception. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Giants. Pecan says, do we need Russell Wilson back at quarterback for who? The Saints? Or the Giants? No. Pecan. Stop it. Lloyd says the New York Jets are purposely playing like ass. Tell me otherwise. Well, right now they got the 2-point conversion. I guess the review was good for them, so they're only down 6 points against the Bengals. Dart here on 1st and goal. Throws towards the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Bo Collins again. Cincinnati's got 4th and 16 now from the 22. Their own 22 with 7:41. The Jets have a chance in this game. Jets coming all the way back here. Browns got a touchdown. It's 32-13 there in New England. Handoff here to Tyrone Tracy, and he's going to dance down to the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up here for the Giants. How did the Niners get all the way down to the... Jesus Christ. The Texans had the Niners down at the 1, and the Niners are all the way down at the Texans' 30-yard line. Patriots got a safety, too, so that's what it is with the Browns. That's why it's 32-13 there. Dart on a design run, gets back to the line of scrimmage, 4th and goal for the Giants. Lloyd says, knowing the Jets king, they'll find a way to fuck it up. I don't doubt it. I'm not saying that's not going to happen. I'm just saying the Jets, for having played ass the rest of this whole game, they have come storming back and now only trail by 6. Fourth and goal for the Giants here from the 2.5-yard line. Dart, again a design run, and he does get in for a touchdown. Yay! Woo! Giants, touchdown, Dart. Yay. Yay! Woo! Touchdown, Giants. Way. Yay! Yay! Woo! Yay! Woo! Yay! Lloyd, did you honor that guy that passed? You mean Nick Mangold, one of the greatest centers in NFL history in my mind, played great for that Jets team, was the part of that team that went to back-to-back AFC Championship games with the Jets. Yes, I did pay tribute to him before we even started the stream. The stream started with about a minute of silence and a photo of our good friend there, Nick Mangold. It was, like I said, it really did do that. So please do a little bit better than just the guy who died. No, it's not just the guy who died. It was Nick Mangold. Put some respect on my man Nick's name. So 2:44 remaining in this game, 38-20. Because the Eagles are winning by 18, I will lose the belts for this season again, as the Eagles and Jimbo will win the King James Championship belt there. ELS letting us know here that Myles Garrett has set a new single-game franchise record with 5 sacks versus the Patriots there for the Cleveland Browns. Didn't help the Browns at all, though, as they are losing 32-13 there to the New England Patriots. Jets facing a 3rd and 1 from the Cincinnati 16-yard line, by the way. So the Jets are right there. I mean, unbelievable. Giants are going to onside kick it. Yeah, okay. That's why we even do it. Onside attempts 1 for 21 this season. Somebody actually got an onside kick this year? What game was that? What game did that happen in? I remember seeing that. Oh, they do a little drop kick, a little pooch kick, but that goes right. I mean, I don't know what that little drop kick, but it goes right to the Eagles anyway, so, I mean, who gives a shit? Ravens have put the game away against the Bears with a touchdown. Now currently 30-16 in that game. And there's 2:09 left, so the Bears are going to fall to the Ravens. That's a loss in my picks. Dolphins win in their blowout victory against the Falcons. Sorry about that, hamster, wherever you may be. Handoff here on first down to Brigsby. And, of course, the Giants can't tackle him as he breaks. Jesus Christ, he gets a gain of 17, 18 yards. The Giants hit him at the line of scrimmage, and he gained 18 yards. The Giants, Shane Bowen needs to be fired, and these players need to be whipped into shape somehow. Like, what the fuck are you doing? How do you not know how to fucking tackle? How do you not know how to tackle? Lloyd says the refs fucked this game from the start. Yeah, they really did. It's been a problem. It's been a problem. Lloyd says hamster's in a padded room right now. I'll join him. I mean, you guys saw me break down there in the first half. That kind of gay, that kind of day, that kind of game. I almost said that kind of gay. It has not been a gay day. Not very happy here. The joy is out of Joyville. The Ice Paddock says he finally has a good game and he gets hurt. Great. There goes my season. Yeah, no, he's out. Skattebo's out. Not a great game for either team's running backs in this game. Pecan says hide the gun from hamster. ELS says live from Atlanta, the Falcons forgot to give the ball to Bijan again. No, they gave the ball to Bijan and then he fumbled it to the Dolphins. So it's like, ugh! What are you gonna do? Lloyd says, the Giants will do that to a motherfucker. Jets facing a 3rd and 2 from the 7-yard line. Throw caught, first down. That's going to be 1st and goal for the Jets from the Cincinnati 4-yard line. And they're going to be going to the 2-minute warning there with the Jets knocking on the door, possibly getting a lead to maybe get their first win of the season. Woo! Could you imagine the Jets beat the Bengals, but the Steelers lost to them? Unbelievable. Irish says, with all these injuries, you would be thinking that they're playing a game at MetLife. Well, that was I said. I said, rip up that Lincoln Financial turf. Terrible field. Injuring people, breaking ankles, ripping apart hamstrings and fucking groins, and get rid of it. Get rid of it. Tear it up. Bills-Panthers game has gone final 40-9. Was that final? Oof, what a blowout there that was. And the Eagles are just going to kneel this one out. Giants aren't going to call any timeouts as they know they're done. And the belt goes back to Jimbo for another year. Lloyd says, I want the Jets to lose. I want an 0-17 team. Maybe. ELS says, if the Bengals lose, it's the Bengals fraud alert. What do you mean fraud alert? We know the Bengals aren't that good without Joe Burrow. What do you mean? It's not a fraud alert, ELS. Nobody had the Bengals as a legitimate contender anyway. How can you be a fraud if nobody thought you were good? 49ers, that game is over. Again, they're still down 16. The Jets have scored a touchdown. They are tied currently with the Bengals 38-38, pending the extra point. Irish in the chat says, of course the Bengals are going to screw me in the eliminator. That's what do those survivor pools. Yeah, it's something. It's something. Crafty says Flacco is headed down to the tunnel. Oh, no. So the Jets do get the extra point. They lead by 1 point, 39-38, and Joe Flacco isn't even going to be in the game because he's going down the tunnel. Oh, no. And this game is the final. The Eagles win by 18 over the Giants. Well, the Eagles and the refs, by the way. I figured I'd point that out. So that'll be something reviewed as time moves on here. That's what they've switched the Giants game after it ended to the Patriots game, which is just ending, and it's 32-13 anyway. There's no other game you could switch us to there? Justin Ziegler in chat says, "Good game, King." Listen, it is what it is. I mean, the Giants really got fucked by the refs on some really egregious calls. Do the Giants still win even if they don't have those bad calls against them? I don't know, but it makes it at least a better game than what this was. And then on top of it, you have the Skattebo thing, that is what it is. I mean, it just. Pecan says, I'm going to use a coin toss to pick winners from now on. It's probably not a bad way to go about that. Let me see if I can find the Jets game here. Lloyd says even the commentators called out the yeah. The commentators, the people back at the desk there at Fox, everything. You looked at Twitter where even said it. The only people who are saying, "Oh, it's good calls," are of course are the stupid fucking Eagles fans. No offense, Justin. But Lloyd says, it's bad when I even defend the Giants fans. I don't know why we're so bad. I don't know what are you saying fuck me for? All right, I do. Flacco's back in the game, by the way. Throws down the middle. That's going to be bounced up in the air. Almost intercepted by the Jets. That would have ended the game. 2nd and 10. Coming up for Cincinnati from their own 44-yard line. Cincinnati's just got to get in field goal range. They just have to get in field goal range. So 2nd and 10. Flacco. They hand it off. Again, they have all 3 timeouts. 3rd down. They're going to mark it as a yard gain, apparently. 3rd and 9. Timeout Bengals. 37 seconds left. So here we go. 3rd and 9. Coming up for the Bengals. Jets fans in Cincinnati looking for their first win. Can you believe there's Jets fans in Cincinnati? Why would Jets fans even travel at this point? 3rd and 9. Flacco back. Looks. Just tosses that one up out of bounds. 4th and 9. Last chance saloon coming up here for the Bengals of Cincinnati. Pecan saying the Bengals pulled the Giants right here. How they were dominant. I said the game was over. I said all these games are blowouts. Jets are losing blowout. The Dolphins were blowing out the Falcons. Like everybody was blowing each other out. I was like, oh, this is done. This is done. We're over. And look at the Jets come storming back here. Boy, if the Bengals lose this game. So here we go. 4th and 9. 32 seconds left. Flacco. Does he have any magic in him? He throws down the middle of the field. Incomplete. And the Jets, the Jets, Jets are going to win their first game of the year against the Cincinnati Bengals. Who picked that? Who would have picked the lowly Jets to get a win against the Bengals after how they played against the Pittsburgh Steelers just a week ago? But Joe Flacco and the Bengals, after having a massive lead on the Jets in this game, have squandered it, thrown it away, and will now lose to the New York Jetropolitans 39-38. The Jets kneel down, and that will end the game. Jets win 39-38 over the Cincinnati Bengals. They have their first win, and finally, it took to week 8, but there are no more winless teams in the NFL. The Jets have won. 1-7 as the Bengals fall to 3-5. Lloyd says, fuck, I wanted my trainer. Okay, the Jets can still finish the season 10-7. They can pull off a run here, and they can get to 10-7, fight for that final wild card spot. Still alive in the playoffs are the New York Jets. Pecan says at least something came out good in New York. Not really, because even if you ask Jet fans, they're like, man, this could really fuck up getting that number 1 overall pick, maybe. I don't know how that does that, but Hamster finally comes into the chat, says, I'm sad. So am I. We lost, and also Camp Skattebo's ankle is still somewhere around midfield at Lincoln Financial Field there. So it's been a real shit day for everybody, Hamster. It's been a real shit day for just about everybody. And, yeah. I don't like it. Lloyd said, hey, Hamster's alive. Yeah. Glad to have the sign of life. That is great to see you, Hamster. But yeah, so as you can see, the Giants lost by 18 points to the Eagles and the refs, as we mentioned. As we mentioned, too, Skattebo out for the year with a broken ankle, dislocated ankle, whatever. I'm going to go cry like a little baby. And we'll be back here tonight, I think. We'll see. I might get wasted, so we'll see. We'll see if I'm able to make it for that. Lloyd's like, I have a bye week. Yeah, 6 teams had a bye week this week. The Lions amongst them. So Lloyd's happy. Lloyd just gets to sit back and watch the mayhem unfold in front of him, which is kind of cool. When you have that bye week, it's fun. Just watch everybody else go through the mayhem. So yes, I'm fairly sure. Hamster out for the. Yeah, Hamster. His ankle was hanging like this. That's what it looked like. So yeah, he's gone. Hamster says, "Yeah, I'm getting super high right now. I might be with you, buddy. Got my Eddies. Got hanging out with Edward. Maybe for a little bit today. Maybe when I come on the air for the Sunday night game, I'll be like, hey everybody, how we doing? Welcome to Sunday Night Football. As we're gonna watch here the Green Bay Packers, and they're all white, going against the Steelers in their throwback 30s uniforms. Yeah, how's everybody feeling? Might be it. Maybe I'll get some insight. Maybe I'll turn the lights down. I'll get the lights real low. We'll do a little, Sunday Night Football after dark. Hey, how you doing? A little softer. But do a whole ASMR. Because I tried doing that last week for the Giants-Broncos game. Maybe I'll actually do that. Maybe I'll just get super high and we'll just do we'll do like an ASMR, ooh, that's a touchdown for Jordan Love and the Packers against the Pittsburgh Steelers in their woeful defense. Let's see what happens next here. Coming up on Sunday Night Football. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe that's my niche. Maybe that's what I do. Like Tom Grossi does the goofy bits and, everybody else does the other things. Some people really go out of control. Maybe I'll be the super calm guy. Hey, how we doing, everybody? Okay, I'll be the Bob Ross of fucking football watch-alongs. Put everybody to fucking sleep. That'll be good. Hamster says, "Go Steelers." I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna kind of be pulling for the Steelers just because I like those uniforms. I like the 30s uniforms. I always like the what did they used to call them? They were like grip stripes or something because they were like leather, like suede stripes that they would have on the jersey so it could grip the ball better. That's why those were there. And I just kind of always liked that look. I liked it when the Steelers had it in 94. I think they should have had that same look for this one. Put the damn city crest in the middle where it belongs. You could put the number up on the shoulder if you wanted to, but they kind of flipped that. They put the shield up in the shoulder and put the numbers regularly on the chest. Boo! Don't like that one. Boo. But there we go. The 4 o'clock games are getting ready to start here. Buccaneers Saints has started already. Cowboys Broncos coming up at 4:25. So that's coming up in about 13 minutes there. Everybody enjoy those 4 o'clock games as we watch along. I will see you here maybe for tonight's game where the Packers will be taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I certainly hope to see you here. If I am here, I should be here. I should be here. But thanks so much for joining us here, ladies and gentlemen, on States and Sports. If you'd like to help us out, hit that like button, hit that share button, and if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. Helps us out tremendously. Also, if you want to help us out even more directly, we have a link for our donation station and our merch store in the description below this video. Go click on those, check those out, donate anything you like. You donate more than $110, you get your name in the ticker where Pecan currently sits, where his has $110 donation. Donate more, you get your name in the ticker, but of course we accept all donations and appreciate every single one that we get. But until about 8:15 tonight, ladies and gentlemen, where Sunday Night Football will hit. My name is King. This has been Stay Tuned Sports. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your 4 o'clock slate.